what strategies did you use on a day-to-day basis? Like what sort of things did you do to feel better?
So on a day-to-day basis, I had a hope sign, for example, up in the kitchen. You know, these days now, that's gone, you know, like I believe and I know my life is working out, but that really gave me some reassurance at the time. I would put testimonials. So as I was trying these new miracle cures, because I literally had so many things I was trying to get better, I would take the testimonials of people who had gotten through and, you know, had resolved their illnesses, and they were sticky taped and, you know, stuck all around my kitchen, and I was just hoping that that was going to be me. I don't know.
I know that about you. You put those, you even have it in your, but you've continued to use those sort of strategies too, like that. You didn't just sort of have them in one part of your life. I know you to use those sort of strategies.
Yeah.
And you continue to do so. Sorry, I interrupted you too.
Yeah, no, that's so true. And I do, and I love doing that sort of stuff. And those ones were a bit crushing when I'd get to the point where, you know, I'd realized that miracle cure wasn't going to cure me, and I would take them all down from the walls and deal with the grief of, again, something not working and whatnot. But in terms of things that I would do, I'd find things that I could do that I had energy to do that I'd enjoy. So I thought to myself, I'd always wanted to do mosaics, for example. And so a friend's son came and picked me up one day and took me to the shop, you know, the tile shop, and bought me all the, you know, was with me while I bought the mosaics. Went home, I did that, which was wonderful and so kind of him. I did little bits of what I could do, my meditation, you know, 30 seconds of salsa dancing, but I'd put my music on and I'd try and bring as much joy into my surroundings as I could. But, you know, the reality was, of course, it was so hard. It was challenging, but I did what I could.
But Deb, and I mean, that's you. Like, that's how I know you to be. You are a motivated, kind of go-getting sort of person, and I've always known you to be that way. What's an entry point maybe for someone who's, you know, who isn't like that, who just doesn't have that internal, or who's not there yet, who wants to be like that, who's not there yet? Yeah. What would you suggest?
For sure. Well, while I was working for Ostara that we were talking about, I was working with a lot of people who were very low motivation, you know, just had no drive for life. And what I saw really working with them was that by giving things to them in very small increments would help them take things on. So say you wanted to get them to drink a glass of water, you'd put a full glass of water in front of them where they were sitting. And so bit by bit, you know, they might take a sip and then another sip. So doing these graduated things. One other thing that I often talk to my clients about and participants who were going through all of this was something I did during chronic fatigue. Someone had said to me, focus on 3 good things that are happening, 3 things you can appreciate in a day. And when I was asked that, I was in the midst of the illness. And I remember looking around my apartment thinking, what could be good right now? You know, my life is crap. Or that's how it felt internally, you know? There's just nothing positive that I could think to report. And I remember opening the front door and seeing these beautiful roses blooming outside. And I thought, okay, that's my 1, 2, and 3 things for today. They're my good things. Cool. I don't know if I've got anything else. And the next day I went back to the flower, and bit by bit I started thinking of other things that I could find, first external to me, and then I started thinking of things that were internal to me. And bit by bit I was building that neural pathway in my brain to be able to focus on the better things that were going on. So I suggested that to clients. One client, I remember about a week and a half later, said to me, wow, the flowers outside are looking so much brighter. Everything's looking brighter. So again, it was taking those incremental steps. So whatever it is, doing things bit by bit, because I know not everyone does things the way I do. I know I'm a go-getter. I know I'll take big action, but I guess that's where having this illness just didn't let me take that big action. And I had to learn a completely different model of the world that was not taking action, but that was shifting something within me first, if that makes sense.